All right, Brian, anything you do differently to prepare for this game, or you have to treat it like the players, kind of a just next game up mentality?
Yeah, I'm trying not to allow myself to think in those terms, trying to think about, okay, how big of a game it is. You do that on Wednesday or Thursday of next week. Still preparing the same way. Maybe over-prepared. You don't want to get caught in the weeds too much, but there's so much data out there on these two teams and on this matchup that you kind of have to pare it down a little bit. In fact, that's what I'm working on now, going, okay, here's what we're going to try to focus and zone in on. So, but you got to treat it like any other game, knowing full well that it's the biggest game of the year.
And biggest game, I imagine you would say, in your entire career. I mean, everything is led up to it, and now you get to call it CFP National Championship.
You know, I called a 2A girls basketball game a long time ago that felt pretty big at the time. But no, this is as good as it gets. There's no question. And the opportunity, you know, you got to kind of take it all in. I think you got to breathe deep and just say, you know what, this is what it's all about. This is what, 3 decades of hard work gets you hope, and an opportunity here. And, thankful for the coaches and the players and the administrators that helped make this happen. I think that, and really excited for the fans, too. The fact that they get to experience this firsthand here in Los Angeles.
Let's go on that a little bit. Just seeing the crowd out at the Santa Monica Pier yesterday, walking around anywhere in Los Angeles, and you see a bunch of purple.
Yeah, you got to really respect that. It's not the biggest school. Obviously, Georgia's got a much larger alumni base and student population, but these guys are so faithful, and it's pretty amazing. They're I tell you what else they are. They're loyal, obviously, but they're passionate. They want to win, and that commitment has been there both financially and emotionally, and now it pays off for them.
Well, today is special, and for another reason, is John Denton's final game in the booth with you today. What does that mean to be able to close out his tenure as the color analyst with the championship game?
Yeah, I just think that's so fitting and so perfect, an opportunity for him to go out on top like this. And a guy who's been an amazing ambassador for TCU, really, for the last 4 decades or so. I mean, he has been, all in on TCU. I think I said to someone earlier that TCU is him and he's TCU. I mean, that's when you think the two, they are synonymous. And so I hope we can send him off in fine fashion here tonight.
All right, last thing for you. Again, it goes back to that working that 2A girls basketball game. What would you tell yourself back in those early days of broadcasting and somebody who's dreaming about this big of a game?
Stay in the game. Stay in the game is a big thing. Don't get too excited. You got to remember that folks are counting on you to deliver pictures to them with their words. So just screaming and things of that nature doesn't do that. You got to stay within yourself and deliver it in the end.